even though we had thousands more Black elected officials between 1964 and 1992 in particular, and then this continued even beyond that, we went from about 105 Black elected officials to 8,000 Black elected officials. Did you know that? So what Dr. Anderson did was he went and got some data. And he said, if we got all these extra Black elected officials, all these Negroes in fancy suits, talking about hope and change and getting elected to office and all this stuff, we should be doing better. The Black community should be doing better. So he looked at 4 measures of quality of life. The 4 measures were incarceration rate, poverty rate, annual income, and something else. There was one more. I can't remember what the 4th one was. But in all categories that measured Black quality of life, did y'all know this? Give me a yes or no if you knew this. In all areas that measure Black quality of life, even though we went from about 104 in every single category, the only area we did not fully decline was actually in income. We went from earning 53% of what white people make to earning 59% of what white people make, which still isn't a big increase. In terms of wealth, we actually went down. So what I'm here to ask you, I'm here to just say to you, what are you celebrating? You know, when your favorite Negro gets elected to office, what are you happy about? What are you cheering for? I mean, but then again, maybe you're cheering for nothingness, right? That's what we do. We like symbolism, right?
That clip pretty much embodies a lot of the nucleus of the conversation, right? And so we want to talk about, okay, if we have all of this Black political presence, right? We have, quote unquote, a lobbying force in Congress, by way of the Congressional Black Caucus. We also have like local Black elected officials. We even have a lot here in like locally and where I live in, PG, DC area, DMV area. Also in Baltimore, we have a lot of Black elected officials. And in that clip, he talks about what has been the substantial impact of that, right? What is the substantial impact of us having Black faces in white places, Black faces in white, seats of power, right? There used to be white seats of power, but now you have a lot of Black people in those seats. What has been the end result of that, right? That started in the 60s, roughly 60s and 70s into now. And like he said, statistically, we have not seen a positive impact. We have not seen a progressive impact. And we want to talk about why is that? And not so much why is it, because we don't just want to talk about, all right, things are messed up, man. We effed up out here. We don't want to just talk about that. We all know that, right? Statistics tell us that every day. What we want to talk about is why is it messed up? And also, what can we do either on a local level or on a federal level to improve that situation? Whether that be replacing people that aren't effective, right? Or whether that be just introducing new strategies, new people, new agendas into the space. And it might equal all of the above, right? But at the end of the day, basically, we can't keep doing what we've been doing because, as we see, the results aren't there. So, it is what it is, right?
So about the media
company, man. So like, that's the long game. That's the long term. So we got the podcast, and then we want to highlight stories,
right,
that track with the podcast content, right? Mm-hmm. So like, Black stuff, Black politics, Black life.
Right.
That's the long game, bro.
Let's do it.
Motion picture. You know the vibe.
I don't feel none of y'all pain. Y'all ain't take none of these risks. I don't feel none of y'all made the decisions I made to be real with this shit. I don't trust none of y'all motives.